Talking to executives about Agile can be a challenge. And an approach that we have found that works really well is to use value streams as a basis of discussion. Today's 5 Minute Short brought to you by Success Mentors University. I'm Joshua Barnes. I am joined by Al Shalloway. And what we thought we would do today is I'm going to step into the role of a very senior leadership team member, and I'm going to have Al carry on a discussion with me. So Al, I understand that you have come highly recommended from the head of our PMO. As you know, I'm new to the organization, yet I am aware that there have been two previous initiatives for adopting Agile in the past. They were quite costly, didn't end up with the desired results that the leadership at those moments in time expected. So what I'd like to hear is for you to shed a little light on what Agile can mean to this organization.
Well, thanks for having the conversation. And I want to point out that the first thing is I'm not trying to kind of implement Agile. I'm actually looking at the organization being Agile. And by being Agile, I don't mean a mindset. I mean, there is a mindset, but it's like, how do you learn what success is and adjust to it and create it and keep lowering costs while you're creating more and more value? It's a capability of the organization that we want to focus on.
And that is very different than my understanding of what was done here in the past, as well as my previous experience at other organizations.
Well, it's because, 20 years ago, we came out with the Agile Manifesto, and I say I wasn't part of it directly, but we were kind of looking at a team level how to solve things, but it's grown out of the organization, and that's a different issue. And at the team, that's just part of the development. You have to look at it holistically and the whole organization. How does the whole organization become more effective? And the best way to do that is with this thing we call lean, which is actually not an Agile construct, but is a lean construct. The value stream is one of the main concepts of lean thinking by Womack and Jones, which is decades old, which is the idea, hey, if you're an organization, you want the ability to create the most value in a direct, as quickly, not by going fast, but by removing delays in the process, by being effective in how you build and having people aligned and efficient. So as an executive, I mean, I would imagine that a lot of your concerns are we building the right thing? Are we building it properly? Are we avoiding risk that can hit us? So those are things we want to address. And the value stream of looking at when we start through the whole process of when we get value at the end is one way to look at it. Then everyone can look at their role in this bigger picture. And that's what you need: alignment. You need a vision that everybody can see, and you need alignment about how they play their role. So that's the different thing, is we're not looking at a team structure. We're looking at how can an organization work together.
So quite a bit different than, again, my experience in the past and some of what I've reviewed. I mean, they had, a very nice sort of adoption roadmap that was laid out.
Yeah.
There's no shortage of work for people, right? As a matter of fact, we have a lot of work that's underway.
Yeah. The question is, do you have some work that's underway that's not as important as some other work that's underway? See, when you look at the people and how people are going to work together and all that, they can be working very hard and very even effectively. But if they're working on lots of things at the same time, it's going to delay. The most important things are going to be delayed by lesser important things. So the value stream lets you look at holistically, how am I building this piece? How am I building this piece? And it gets us away from silos, which can be really risky, because with the silo, you have one group working and then they hand it off to another group. And if an error is made, you don't see these errors for a while, and you may not have all the pieces you need. So we're interested in taking a business perspective from, here's an idea, how quickly can we get it out the door to the customer and get it consumed? That's another issue as well. A lot of companies have issues where you get it almost done, but then one last piece is missing because the focus was on development instead of the focus on being consumed by the customer.
Yeah, so something that you had said is, as far as, I trust the people here are clearly, working hard, and we've got lots of good, both in, employees and contractors we use. The problem is that, all of our business units run they're responsible for their own P&Ls, right? And so everybody feels every bit of work is very important. How do we know, though, what really is important to the organization, and the bigger, the things that are tied to our investment pillars, right? Our strategic objectives.
Well, actually, if you have every group dependent on P&L, responsible for their P&Ls, and they're totally independent, that would actually be a good thing, because you wouldn't have one group slowing down another. So I assume what you really mean is, but there's conflict for certain capacities and capabilities and support.
Yeah,
And
and our
with all that,
IT
that's right.
area has a multiplier of the work that they can actually get done in a
Yeah.
given time period.
Well, this is a topic for another conversation, because it's not a quick answer, but I'll suggest this. A lot of people look at just the customer. And what you really need to look at is, what's the success criteria for your organization? Who are your stakeholders, both internal and external? And how do you decide what's of value? So we really need to start there. What does it mean to have success in your company? And then the value stream is a way of achieving the value delivery and consumption of what success means. But what are the success values? What is it you, as the executives and managers, believe is important? And then how do you manifest that with your customers achieving and consuming value? So it really has to start there, the vision of the organization, which shouldn't change much, in the strategies, which might as you learn. And then the value stream as a method of implementing and aligning pieces. So what we want with agility is business agility, the quick realization of value, sustainably, predictably, and of high quality, that as you deliver it, you learn more and more about what it is. It's a continual discovery, delivery, consumption process, and that requires collaboration across the entire organization.
Well, I see I've got a lot to at least take under consideration, as far as to maybe not focus just on trying to improve the efficiency of our development
Right.
teams, really taking a look at what we're able to do, sort of from where ideas are coming from, to the point where a customer is going to be able to consume that new enhancement, that bit of value.
Yes, that's true. Well, we'll chat again.
All right. All right. Well, thanks everyone for watching today's 5-minute short. As you can see, we have a number of things that we've touched on that we will put forth in some future 5-minute sessions. If you have any questions or any thoughts or feedback, please put it in the chat on LinkedIn, and we will see you on our next 5-minute short.